there's been quite a few different rumors about things that we've hinted at, maybe foreshadowed at throughout the 2023 season. And let's just stare the elephant in the room named Salvador Perez down and talk about potential White Sox moves that are going to come this offseason. The one rumor that we've heard so far through the lovely media is the White Sox are going to target Salvador Perez and Whit Merrifield this offseason. One's a free agent, one we need to trade for. But Steven, the floor is yours, my friend, to deal with this first topic of discussion.
Anthony, you're trying to make me drink, aren't you?
Well, yes, that's
what we're doing here. Okay, as if we didn't drink enough this past Saturday. When the boys got together to watch a little Connor Bedard, Kevin Korchinski action, but that's not why you called. The fact of the matter is this: I think we all expect this Salvador Perez nonsense to happen. It's going to be very irritating when it does. The fact that they're going to actually give up capital to acquire him, to acquire a guy that frankly isn't good anymore. Everyone wants to talk about the deficiencies of Yasmani Grandal behind the plate over the last couple of years. If you haven't been paying attention, Salvador Perez, he fucking blows back there now. This is not 2013, 2014 Salvador Perez. He's fucking terrible. And the White Sox have enough guys with sub 300 on base percentages. They don't need to go importing one for $20+ million a year to help fill out their roster in 2024. So this whole thing is very irritating. Like I said, I fully expect it to happen. Doesn't mean I'm going to be happy about it. All that means is that it's just going to make 2024 Steve probably drink even more. And the Whit Merrifield thing, he's also not good anymore. So apparently they're trying this new market inefficiency where you acquire a bunch of players that, formerly were good. Well, I don't know if it's a new market inefficiency.
I don't know if this is not new.
It's been a White Sox thing for a while now. But it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Regardless, we'll see if it pays off.
I'm just going to ask you this one straight up, though. Do you not feel that Whit Merrifield is a potential upgrade over Elvis Andrus or Lenine Sosa or any of the other internal options that the White Sox have? I haven't looked at what the second base market is this year. But if there was a hot name on that market that I'm missing here, Steven, let me know.
I mean, that's like saying a guy that has 5 fingers on his hand is an upgrade over a guy that has 4 fingers on his hand. I mean, it's an upgrade by default. So is that really an upgrade? I mean, I don't know.
Upgrade to something. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really intrigued too much by either of these names as I am sort of blah on both of them. I don't want to go into this season theoretically with Corey Lee and hoping for Edgar Cuero and Carlos Perez to get the job done. That doesn't really move the needle for me.
See, what I was anticipating them doing was the guy that I have kind of circled on my radar, so to speak, from the catcher position is Victor Caratini. Okay. This team has a history in recent memory of acquiring former Cube catchers that are, either towards the back end or on the downside of their career. I mean, you go back, you look Giovanni Soto. You had, there have been 2 or 3 of them at this point. I mean, this has just been a thing for a while. And, Caratini's a guy that is not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's not going to move the needle a lot. He's somebody that, as part of a platoon would be serviceable. But that's the guy that I just kind of can see it happening because recent history says they're going to sign a former Cubes catcher to fill a roster spot because that's just kind of what they do right now.
You just keep making it worse. Now you're going to make me want to drink. You're going to make me want to drink. Steven, any other thoughts?
You started it.
Any other thoughts on potential moves that you see? I don't want to dive full into an offseason plan here, but any other names you have on your radar?
No. Honestly, I was thinking about this, and I may or may not have been having a DM discussion with resident White Sox Twitter X machine idiot Ken WO. I don't know. I don't even know where to start with
Surprised
this thing.
You guys converse civilly through DMs.
We didn't say anything about it being civil. What people see on the timeline is just a brief snippet. That's probably a toned down PG version of what happens in the DMs because
Gotcha.
It's anything goes in there.
We had another discussion in the little Sox on Tap group about one Lucas Giolito potentially coming back. Don't mean to alarm anybody,
actually.
but
I can see it.
I can too. I think he pitched himself into White Sox territory with his stints in LA and with Cleveland. And Ethan Katz is still here. I don't think he's going anywhere.